What would happen if, when you sign up for a degree, that there is language, there's stipulation, there's an actual contract that states post-term, post my term here, when I graduate, this is how we're going to calculate the value of what I have paid for or what I'm going to continue to pay for. And it's linked to employment. It's linked to employment. That if I get a job, let's just go best case scenario, I get a good job and I stay in that job and that job keeps me happy for my lifetime, that's huge value. If I don't get a job, that's shit. If I don't get a job, I don't have to pay you so much. You need to help me find a job. Because if your golden ticket isn't good enough, you need to step the fuck up and do some other shit. You need to step the fuck up and help me find a fucking job and keep me in a job. So if I go out and I find a job, but then the job market changes, something happens. Like the cancer. Something happens. The cancer that's going to be AI for a lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people are going to get this notification of you got cancer. It's terminal. Your job's over with because there's this thing called AI that's just eating up your fucking job. Well, but I got a degree for this job. Tough shit. Well, they were supposed to prepare me for all of this. Well, they didn't. But I'm still paying for it. Tough shit. Why do I have to pay them so much? And or why have I stopped getting my services? I need to go back to school and I don't need to pay for it. Or I don't need to pay as much. I mean, there's all kinds of different calculations that have to be made. But healthcare is doing it. If I am a good doctor that provides good value, good health income, if I am a good doctor that provides good value and I provide good health outcomes, I'm going to make fucking bank. And I'm going to be a great doctor because it's all based upon outcomes. If I am a good academic institution and I provide good value and I get people work and I keep them employed, and if they don't get employed, I help them get employed. I give them more education. I take away money, whatever else. And shit, just like with some of these payment models that are going on in healthcare, some doctors, they get paid bonuses because they do such a good job. So put something in that initial contract when you're getting a college education that says, you knock it out of the fucking park, Auburn University. This is a situation that I bet you Auburn University wishes that they had done. Auburn University had a student, and the student showed up, and if they had had this value-based education, Auburn would have been making a shitload of money from Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, who went to fucking Auburn. Believe me, if you were a resident of Alabama and you went to Auburn and you then, or hell, I don't give a shit. If you're out of state and you go to Auburn and then you become the CEO of Apple, that's a pretty fucking big value probably from going to that school. At least as a school, I'd be screaming that. Because that's how you'd get better students, better teachers, more students, more teachers, all that shit, and make more money, just like a doctor. So, is there a better way? There's a shitload of options. And they're not too crazy either. Healthcare's doing it. It's taken a shitload of legislation. It's taken a lot of time. And I don't know if we have the time to make this kind of a change. I don't know if we have the ability to mobilize enough people to go out and make enough noise. And I don't mean protesting. I mean getting lawmakers to actually put pen to paper and address these things and make these fucking higher educational factories comply. It's just an idea. Because what we're doing right now is fucked. Just like what healthcare was doing was fucked. And the reason why healthcare changed, going back to what I said at the beginning, is because the government was paying for it. The reason why I don't particularly think anything's going to change in education is because you're paying for it. We're all paying for it. We don't have the voice of CMS. We don't have the ability to say, fuck you, we're not paying it. And then CMS is so influential, fucking private insurance companies are doing the same thing, saying to doctors, you got to do this. So it's a glacial movement, but it's actually happening. Education, you just might be fucked. And I don't mean just you, I mean your kids and your grandkids and their kids, and the whole system is just fucked. And what people don't understand, specifically those in higher education, is that's not sustainable for them. Because just like buying a house these days, and it's getting more and more difficult for people to do, and it's just becoming something where it's going to be like, it's not even a possibility, it's just a fever dream. Same thing's going to happen with higher education. How in the fuck will I do that? How in the fuck can I do that? We're still paying for mom shit. We're paying for my older brother. We're just paying and paying and paying and paying, and everybody's working multiple jobs, and this shit's not working, so fuck, I can't go to school. What am I going to do? I got to go to work. Oh, that's such a horrible thing. No, that's the point of it all, is going to fucking work. Just not full-time at the age of 16. Not in this system, at least. The whole system would have to change for it to make sense for you to do that younger. But anyway. So this is just an attempt to give you a bit of a psychic douche and look at things like, how in the fuck are we paying for this? And why in the fuck are we paying for it this way? And should it be this way? Does it have to be this way? I would ask the question, why do we seem to be the only people talking about this? I don't hear anyone talking about how the payment models ought to change from fee-for-service to value-based. Are we that dumb? Do we hate ourselves that much? Do we hate our kids that much? What about the people that don't exist yet? Our grandkids, great-grandkids. Do we hate them that much that we're not going to fucking make a change? Do we not care? Guess we'll see.